can't believe what happened while I was hiking Musala, the highest peak of Bulgaria. This mountain is said to be extremely hard, and I was told that I shouldn't do it alone. But then came the Everest of the trail. Yeah, this just looks like Mount Everest. And Mark's injury. After all this, I was rewarded with a hilarious summit. Oh, too funny. And then a minor fiasco once I'd made it back down the mountain. But believe it or not, the weird did not start at the hike. The morning bus ride to the base started with a woman getting kicked off the bus because of something to do with her orange juice. Just landed in Borovets, the city, town, with the base of the mountain. I got all my stuff. It is fresh here. Forest. My first mission was to get my hiking butt onto the gondola and up over 1,000 meters and start the trail. What I didn't know was that I walked through a wormhole back into the 70s when I arrived at my hotel. It kind of just looks like I've stepped into the 70s. So maybe this is what 4-star hotels looked like in the 70s. Not possible to check in. I can prepare myself and get ready for today. I'm gonna go hike. Time was ticking, so I needed to move fast. There was the gondola I needed, but coffee was calling. When I was reading about things I should know about Bulgaria, they love coffee here. I went into a supermarket to get my water. Wow. And they had a nespresso machine. What? Like, how cool is that? It's gonna get me up the mountain even faster now. So a lift pass, 30 Bulgarian liv, which is like 15 euros. I find it hilarious that I'm in line and I see people smoking. I feel like that's so counterintuitive to hiking. The thing about this trail is that there is a time crunch. The last gondola back down is at 5:30, and typically the hike is supposed to take 8 to 12 hours. Look at this, on top of Musala. I'm actually quite behind schedule. That all took so much time. I've got a bit of a time constraint. It is 10:44, so that means I would need to go fast to make up time and hopefully summit and get back to the gondola in time. Put your paw for the mountain. Vamos. It was easy so far, so I was wondering when it was going to get hard. And then I smelt it. Someone smoking a cigarette. And then this. I couldn't help but laugh. I mean, no judgment. And it all made sense now why this hike was said to be so hard. It was a nice little reminder that everything is relative. And I really need to stop taking every single person's advice when it comes to these mountains. We're all on different journeys with different priorities. And that's cool. But I can promise you, if you drink soda, or as I like to say, pop, and you smoke, any hike will be a hell of a lot harder than normally would be. First stop. Because I see so many people up there. I mean, it's only gonna get worse, but I'm starving. So it's been an hour and a half. We're making a really good time. There's just a lot of people. Yeah, so that's the peak. I stuffed my face and watched the part of the trail filled with the Musala enthusiasts. This part was no exaggeration. It was famously known as the Everest because of the sheer amount of people walking the trail. So many people. I don't think I've ever been on a mountain with this many people. Partway up this section, I caught up to Mark and his pack. Poor little Mark, he like broke his nail or something. Mark is the dog's name. The poor little pup had a bleeding paw. So I stopped and brought out my tape and we did what we could to help the little fella. Just my feet I could beat out, but also Mark's. He was wagging his tail right after, so no problem. Yeah, this just looks like Mount Everest. People. There's actually a lot of these bits where you just like hop from rock to rock and use your momentum. The top was in sight, and I couldn't wait to get up. Close. I knew the views would be unreal. What is happening? What you see in reality, what you see on Instagram. Everybody wants their picture. Yeah, I'm not waiting in line for that. Truth, what time is it? 1:19, baby. Destroyed the time. This had to be some of the most beautiful nature I'd seen on this 50 peak journey, and one of the easiest hikes I'd done yet. Here we are, peak 14. Bulgaria, top of. What I didn't know at the time was that my greatest challenge was still ahead. My minor fiasco in Borovets. Something you need to know about Bulgaria is that nothing should be assumed. Well, actually, that's probably just a good general rule for life. Anyways, I made a big assumption that would end up with me being super embarrassed. I had a bit of a fiasco and panicking that the cops would arrest me. I toured the town and looked at my food options. Being a huge fan of pizza and beer after a hike, I sat down and drank what was considered a small beer. I went to pay and I said, "Oh, can I pay by card?" And she's like, "No." I didn't have any cash. I went from ATM to ATM. These ATMs would either spit my card out or they weren't even turned on. Or I asked somebody, she's like, "Yeah, just walk down this street and you'll find something." So I'm like, all right, I will do that. I went up that street. All of them were off. Deep down inside, I was panicking. I actually knew that I needed to eventually take money out to take the bus out of this place to get to Sofia. What would they do to me if I was caught? I might have had to quit my life in Barcelona and become a mountain lady who serves goat cheese on Musala. And then finally, what felt like my last chance. An ATM in a supermarket. I got the cash. I went back and I'm like, "Here you go." And I just gave like a big tip. Oh, they probably thought that I was like some crazy lunatic doing like a dine and dash. You need to have cash in Bulgaria. Musala. Says it leaves from here every half an hour to Samokov, which is where I'm trying to go. Then it also says the bus also leaves it from Samokov at the same time. So I'm just gonna wait until the next scheduled departure. See if it works. I don't know. If not, I guess I have to get a taxi. And what's really weird is that this is every half an hour. I asked in the hotel and they said it's every hour. Yes, I can do nothing but laugh. I'm taking a taxi to Samokov because I know here in Samokov they have buses that go directly to Sofia like really frequently. And I just went to the information office, which is supposed to be the ticket office, and I asked, it's like, "What time is the next bus to Sofia?" "I don't know." Okay, because I can't read the Bulgarian sign. Obviously, I don't know what Sofia is in Bulgarian. I'm not expecting them to put it in English either, not at all. But maybe at least a time, you know. You can translate that, like even a finger, like 3, like whatever. And then I asked how much, and they said, "Oh, maybe 5, 6, maybe 7 lev." I said, "More than 10, because that's all I have left." It's like, no, not more than 10. All right. I was on my way to Sofia.